Welcome back to another class on Evean Hazaer Halacha series. Baruch Hashem, we started using this technology. We're going to see Be'ezrat Hashem in the English also. We're going to see it over here, but I found something very nice today. This class is actually going to be Evean Hazaer part 14b. We are in Siman 1, in Halacha number 10, in the Berheitav number 23. Now I was looking, because I'm trying to always search where I can bring out the word so you can actually see it. So I was trying to look for websites, that are going to be able to give me Evean Hazaer, Berheitav, Petchit Yeshuv, whatever I need. And I was able to find one. It's called allhatorah.org. If you go on it, so I'll show you how you do it. You just go on you go on All HaTorah. When you're going to go on it, you're going to go to Halacha. Okay, so I'm just showing you how I do it. You're going to go to the Shulchan Aruch. This is my first time using it. And I'm using it, I want to be able to learn with you guys. Now, when you're going to go to select text, you're going to press on the select text. Now, pay close attention over here. You have Orach Chaim, Yoredei, Evean Hazaer, Choshen Mishpat. We are in Evean Hazaer section. Afterwards, you're going to go ahead and you're going to press Siman 1. What's this? I don't need that. Now, once you get to Siman 1, the nice thing about this is, show you something beautiful, guys. If you guys can see over here, there's a Berheitav. Right over here, there's a Berheitav, which gives me the Berheitav. But it's not only Berheitav that is able to give you. If you guys can see over here, I can get the Beit Shmuel, I can get the Darkei Moshe, I can get the Drisha, whatever. Look, I'm going to press on the Petchit Yeshuv, correct? So once I have the Petchit Yeshuv outline, now watch, I'm going to go back. Now let's see what's going to give me. I want to just show you. Watch this, guys. Now on the bottom, you see I have Berheitav, I have Petchit Yeshuv, and I have Od, or I have Hakol. So I don't need all the commentaries right now, but I want to just show you that if I want to use the Petchit Yeshuv, it brings me out the Petchit Yeshuv. I'm telling you, there's no reason why people cannot learn Torah today. It's nuts. So he tells you, I'm Berheitav, whatever, this is the Petchit Yeshuv, but now if I need the Berheitav, I press on the Berheitav. So that's the Berheitav. You see Berheitav right over on the top, right over here, Berheitav. So this is very nice, by the way. This is very nice. And these are the two things that we're going to actually be using Be'ezrat Hashem B'li Neder. I don't know, say you want Darkei Moshe, you want the Drisha, you want the Prisha, you want anybody, the Bach. Rabotai, check all, uncheck all, whatever you want, you're going to press it and it's going to give you. Now this is very, very convenient because, when I'm learning, I want you guys to be able to see the words inside. Remember, it's not only knowing information. If you want to know information, you could Google it. You can go ahead, you can chat GPT it. You can, AI it. There's so much Torah out there. But it's so beautiful because what are they doing? They want to take away the amelis. They want to take away the toiling of Torah. Not a lot of people want to toil. Everybody just wants, mutar asur. Yes, no, that's it. But nobody wants to toil. But this is what we actually want to do. We want to toil because the reward is in the toiling and not just in the information. So we're going to go. So you guys, now you know how I got it. I'm going to go to Halacha Yud. Let's just go to Halacha Yud. I'm going to show you something beautiful now. Here we go. Halacha Yud. Now I want to just show you. Again, I'm keeping it a very big font for you. You don't have to keep it when you're learning by yourself. But I want you guys to be able to see the font. But if I want to minimize this for a second, I want to just show you. So I want to minimize it. I want to just show you something, guys. I want to just show you how big Halacha Yud is. So you guys can understand what Torah you guys are learning. You're not just, it's not stories of Rabbotai. This is real Halachot. This is real Torah. This is what Talmidei Chachamim have to learn. Rabbotai, this was, we did with you guys Halacha Chet. All this was Halacha Chet. Look at this, look how big this is. All this is Halacha Chet. The bold letters, the black is the Shulchan Aruch, the red is the Ramah. Here we go, that's Halacha Chet, was smaller. This is Halacha Yud right now, what we're doing, right here we go. Look how big this is, Rabbotai. Look how big this Halacha is. Look. And we're doing it slowly but surely. Look how big this Halacha is. It's a humongous Halacha. In any event, now we get to Halacha Yud. Now what I'm going to do is, when we start in Halacha Yud, what do we do? We went to the Petchit Yeshuv, right? We spoke about this Halacha before. Guys, remember, we spoke about this in So it's very important you guys go back because we did the whole halacha. I'm not going to go through it. But we looked into the Pitchei Teshuvah in Od Yud Daled. So, 1 second, guys. That's not the Pitchei Teshuvah. 1 second. We need to get the Pitchei Teshuvah for Od Chav Gimel. I have to find it now. Beit Ephraim. Fine. No, this is not it. So that's one of the things. So I don't have the book in front of me right now. But let me just find it like this. And I'll just show you. So it's easy. It's once you get it, you get used to it. That we did that. Oh, Rabotai, here we go. We started speaking in the Halacha, in the Shulchan Aruch, we started speaking about Shenahagu lahachmir. All right, I'm going to do the Shulchan Aruch with you just really quick, and we'll get back to it. But we did it at the full length in part 14a in the previous class. But I want to show you something. In the Pitchei Teshuvah here, now you guys are going to be able to see this. So beautiful. Now, certain things that we can look up, we're going to go ahead and try to do it with you together. Things that I cannot look up, which you're going to learn the way it is. I mean, like, there's other books that he's going to tell us to look it up. We're not going to go look it up. We're just going to take it as a fact. But when he says Ein Berheitev, right over here, this over here says Ein Berheitev b'shem Ram Matara Ani. Right, so we have to go see the Berheitev, and that's what we started in the previous class. Now, Rabotai, if this is going to give you the problem, it's fine. And now I don't know why this jump. It doesn't give. I don't know why. Just give me 1 second. Let me see. Here. Now, why am I showing you this? Look how beautiful this is. Now, if you are logged into it, you can put your own personal notes. Now this, not yet, I guess, it's not really defined in English, but you can put your own personal notes. As you guys can see, copy with title, whatever you want to do. But I want to show you something. Look how nice this is. All right, I want to highlight it. Watch this. Look how beautiful. So this is what we're doing right now. Now again, we're doing it in small font, but I'm going to make it bigger font. So, guys, the only disadvantage over here is that you guys are going to have to bear with me. Okay, I think that's good. Yes? Let's make it a little bit smaller. Rabbeinu Gershom, here we go. The only thing is, Rabotai, is just once you do that, you always have to come back to where you were. It's worth it. Rabotai, it's worth it. Let's just find that. Pitchei Teshuvah. I'll show you something nice. Okay. But Rabotai, these are all the Pitchei Teshuvah we did. Look how long they are. It's not something small. It's a lot of classes. It's a lot of toil that goes into it. There's a lot of sweat. It's not just overnight. This here we go. We're in Ot Yud Chet in the Pitchei Teshuvah. Shenahagu lahachmir Ein Berheitev b'shem Ram Matarni. Now we're going to have to go see the Berheitev. Now, the thing is over here, now in order to get the Berheitev, I'm going to go on it right now. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go back over here. I'm going to remove the Pitchei Teshuvah only because I want to get the Berheitev. We're going to go back over here. And I'm going to go with the Berheitev right now. 1 second. It's Ot. 1 second. It's Ot Chav Gimel. So this might be a little bit easier. Yeah, this is easier. Because you guys can see right over here, on to your right over here. Right here where my cursor is. That's the Berheitev. So now we have to go to Od Chav Gimel. And we're going to do today Be'ezrat Hashem the Berheitev. Once we finish the Berheitev, we're going to review it in English on the other tab. Chav Aleph, Chav Bet. This is where we are, right over here, La Achmir. Okay. So now this is what we're going to speak about, guys. You guys have to just be a little bit patient with me. I want to try to make it as simple as possible where we can learn Torah and understand it. So we're going to speak about Lahachmir, and he says over there like this, right? We spoke about this in the Halacha, in the previous Halacha. Please look it up and then come to this Halacha because I don't want to go back and forth to repeat the same thing over and over. So he says over here like this. The Shamnit Ba'er, again, you see this is going to give it to me. But this is something I'll live with if I have to because it's very important. Ela Akarakot Gavri. Here we go. I'm going to highlight it so this way we're going to be able to be on the same page. Here we go. Beautiful. Torah is beautiful. He says, the Shamnit Be'er over there, it's explained. I gotta do halacha with you. If I don't do halacha, I'm not gonna feel happy with myself. Let me see. Let's just go back to the halacha. It's just you gotta jump around. Okay. Let me just make a smaller font. Let me just find a place, and then we'll get to work. יש נוהג אפילו במקום מצווה, אפילו במקום בום, וצריך לאכלוס. פיינו במקום שאינו ראשון בת גירושין, כגון של זר ראש, ואינו רוצה לקח גדמי. I'm just reading guys to myself, once again, יש להכילה, תראו לו ליסה אחרת, וכל שכן אם היא ארוסו ואינו רוצה להינצל לו או להיפטר ממנו, הוא לא פשט תקנתו בכל ארצות, ודווקא במקום שידעו שלא פשט תקנתו, אבל מן הסתם נוהג בכל מקום. ואין ביורדיה סימן ריש כ"ח, אם הלך ממקום שנהגו להחמיר, למקום שנהגו להקל. Found it guys. This is where we are right now in the halacha. All right, I gotta stop acting up. Oh my God, this 1 second. So let's do this. All right. Okay, beautiful. I'm very happy about that. Now you guys can see it. If you want, I don't know if I'm gonna explode this right now. I think it's gonna run away from me. Yeah, it is. It's fine. It's fine. I know the place I highlight. There we go. Just want you guys to be able to see it. Otiyot machkimiyot. Be patient with me, Rabotai. You should never learn Torah under pressure. It'll never sink in. Everything is patient. If you could be patient in Torah, you'll definitely be able to be patient with your wife and your children. Okay. Okay, so it says, V'an bi yordeh, look into Yordeh, Siman Reish Chavchet, in Siman 2:28. If a person went from the place where they were machmir, meaning to say that they didn't marry two women, to the place where they had the custom where they were lenient, meaning that they did get married to more than one wife. Now, I want to show you something over here. Shenahagula hachmir. This is amazing. This is fabulous. Rabbi side. Rabotai, Torah is amazing. I love you, Hashem. If you take this word right here, this is what the whole case of the Behetiv is going to go. We're going to speak about this right now. So remember, we saw this Halacha in Siman Reish Chavchet in Yordeh in the previous class. So now we're going to go into it, and the Behetiv is going to discuss what is this case going on really. So the question over here is asked, if a person was married, we started speaking about if a guy is in New York and he wanted to move to Dubai. That's what we started speaking about. We said over there, let's say if this husband, he left the place, but in the previous class we spoke about 10 couples. What happens if they left the place of New York where they were only allowed to marry one wife because they were machmir, because they followed the custom of Brian and Gershom? Now they went they went to a place where they're lenient. They went to Dubai, these 10 couples. He says, look over there. What is going to be the halacha? If Reuven is married to Sarah in America and now he wants to move to Dubai, are we going to allow him to go ahead now and take Leah, Rivka, and Jackie, for example? I don't know. So let's go back over here, Rabotai. Let's see the Behetiv. I want to thank my wife. I don't think people understand how much my wife does for me. Not only in allowing me to learn Torah, but she always makes everything very comfortable for me to be able to learn Torah in a very more feasible way. Why am I saying that? One of the things, like all this to move back and forth, you would use a finger right on the laptop. But I didn't have this, so she got me this, the wireless. So it's very nice. Anyway, I want to thank her. It's very nice, because otherwise my fingers start already hurting from moving back and forth. It's not the only class I give throughout the day. Okay, Rabotai, here we go. So lehachmir. Now, Rabotai, now that we can see these words inside, it's so beautiful. Now, what is the Behetiv going to do? Remember, we jumped from the Pitchit Shul. I'm not going to go to the Pitchit Shul. The Pitchit Shul said, go look into the Behetiv. So that's what we're doing. We're looking into the Behetiv. But what did the Shulchan Aruch said? What happens if you had people that were living in New York where they were only able to get married to one wife, and now they moved to Dubai? Can they be lenient and take 10 wives? That's what we're asking. Here we go, Rabotai. Comes the Behetiv and he says like this. The Shamnit Be'er. The Be'er is telling you that over there it's explained in Siman Reish Chavchet in Yoredeya. The En Yachol Lisa Shtei Nashim. Rabotai, even if you're moving from one place, from New York to Dubai, you're not able to go ahead and marry two women. Why? Shecher Rabbeinu Gershom En Hamakom Gorem Ela Akar Kavta Digavre. The Cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom is not the place that causes you to keep the Cherem, but rather is actually going on the head. Akar Kavta literally means the skull of the person. So whenever the Cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom is placed, it was not only placed on the place where they were living in New York, it was actually placed on the person. So if this guy who was in New York, let's use one couple, Reuven and Sarah. If Reuven and Sarah were living in New York, and now they were following the practice of not having more than one wife, now they go to Dubai because she wants to go to Dubai. But she doesn't know in Dubai he's allowed to take another wife, technically. But comes the Behetiv and he says, absolutely not. When the Cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom was placed in New York, it was not placed on the place only, but it's placed on the person. So that's why he tells you over here, Ein Hamakom. Guys, if you guys can follow my cursor right over here, read with me. Right over here, Rabotai, learn. I'm going mamash as I do it. I say the words so you guys can pick up. Eina makom gorem ela akar kavka digavri. It's not the place that causes the cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom, but rather is going on the person's head. So therefore, right now we're understanding that in Shulchan Aruch, in your day, in Siman Reish Chav Chet, you're not allowed to go from New York to Dubai and take yourself another wife. Whatever laws you followed in New York, those same laws you're going to follow in Dubai. Now we're continuing more. Rabotai, I am so excited. Not only for me, for you guys. You guys can see this so beautiful. For this alone, when you say Modim today in Shomro Esrei, whenever you guys are going to daven, Shacharim Minchon Aravit, and for this alone, you have to thank Hashem that they did this for us. Here we go. Now I'm going to go over here like this. This is a different piece. 1 second. Let's go with pink. Oh, this is nice. This is really nice. V'katav harashach. Chelek bet Siman lamed zayin. De'enu chayav lekayem cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, ela kishu nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham. One second. I think I got her wrong. Here. I want you guys to be able to break it up. This is the beauty. This is the beauty of highlighting. When you learn Torah, always highlight. Always break it up. Don't make it like on your eyes, that it should strain your eyes. Like this, Rabotai. V'katav harashach. Chelek bet Siman lamed zayin. De'enu chayav lekayem cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, ela kishu nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham. Harav Shach is telling us, when are we going to tell you that you have to keep the cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom? That's only if you are married to the woman from the same place where the cherem was placed. When you're coming out with her from there to go to Dubai, if she married you in New York, Harav Shach is going to tell you, good, she married you in New York. At that time when she married you, the cherem was in place. Now when you're going to Dubai, we're going to tell you you're not allowed to take another wife. I'm going to read it with you one more time. De'enu chayav lekayem cherem Rabbeinu Gershom. He's not obligated to fulfill the cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom, meaning he's not obligated to fulfill not being able to get married to two wives. Ela, only when is he obligated to do that? That he's not allowed to marry two wives. Kishehu nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham. When he's married to the woman from the place where he's coming out from there. Which means to say that if Sarah married Reuven from the place in New York where the cherem was intact, now when she moves to Dubai with her husband, Reuven is not allowed to go ahead and take another wife on top of Sarah. This is the opinion of Rav Shach. Remember in Siman Reish Chavchet in Yoredeya, It didn't say that over there. It said one simple rule. If you're coming out from New York and you're going to Dubai, you can't take another wife because the harem is not on the place. It's not the place that causes the harem. It is the person. It's on the person's head. So according to the Shulchan Aruch over there, no, it doesn't matter. We don't care. But comes the Beit, and now he's giving us different cases how you can break it up. So that was the first opinion, right? That was the yellow opinion. Here we go, 1 second. The yellow highlight tells me, no, the harem is on the guy. Period. He could never marry. I don't care if he got married to her in New York, in South Africa, in Dubai, it doesn't matter. The harem is on the guy, so he lived in New York, now he's going to Dubai. He could never marry 2 wives, period. But however, we continue to behave in the purple, and he says, "V'katav harasha chelek bet siman lamed zayin, de'enu chayav l'kayim cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, ela kishud nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham." That the only time he has to hold the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, that's only if he married a woman from that same place that he's coming out from now. Aval, in the pink. Aval, im lo haya nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham. But if he was not married to the woman from the place where he's coming out from now, Yachol, here we go, different than what we learned. Yachol isa kan b'makom she'ena noheg cherem Rabbeinu Gershom shei nashim. Now he's able to go ahead and he's able to marry over here, meaning in Dubai, in the place where there's no custom of cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, and he's allowed to go ahead with 2 wives. So one more time, when are we going to say the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is applicable to the guy? That's only if he married Sarah in New York. But what happens if he marries Sarah in Dubai? He's allowed to go ahead and marry another wife on top of Sarah. He's allowed to go ahead and he's allowed to take even Rachel. So let's see that one more time. Aval, however, im lo haya nasui isha min hamakom sheyatza misham. But if he wasn't married to the woman from the place where he's coming out from now, yuchal lisa kan, he's able to go ahead and marry here. B'makom she'eno noheg cherem Rabbeinu Gershom shei nashim, in the place where the custom isn't, where the custom isn't to hold the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, so there he's allowed to marry 2 wives. Okay, so that is the opinion of Rav Shach. Now, Aval, here another opinion. Aval. Just give me 1 second. I want to just highlight it for you guys. Let me just read it to myself. Aval, again, Rabotai, I could have done this, even the highlight before, but I want you guys to go with me. I want you guys to also learn. Aval, however, Meharabil, Chalagim Siman Kuf Chaf, Katav, Afilu Bishlo Nasa B'makom, Shenahag Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, Afilu Bishlo Nasa B'makom, Shenahag Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, right? Ela Shenasa Isha B'makom She'en Noheg Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, V'ratzal Litzah Isha Al Ishto, Asur Hu Ilvhu B'makom, Shenahag Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom. Okay, that's fine. V'kenesa Gedolo. Fine. Here we go, Rabotai. Boys, you guys should love Torah. You guys should really love Torah. I don't know about you, but Torah makes me very happy. Green. Rabotai, the Maharbil, he's going to actually argue on Rav Shach. He's going to argue on him. Rav Shach said, if you married a woman in New York, you cannot marry another woman in Dubai. But if when you left New York, you were single, and now you came to Dubai, you're allowed to take more than 10 wives. That's your problem. You could have 2-3 wives. However, comes the Maharbil and he says no. He's going to say absolute no. He's going to go like we pass in the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Reish Chavchet in Yeridea. Because since once you're from New York, where there is the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, and now you're moving to Dubai, I don't care. You're married, not married. It's asur for you to get another wife. Why is this? Aval, however, Maharbil Chalagim Siman Kufchav Katav. The Maharbil in Chalagim in Siman 120 he wrote. Even if the guy came out from the place, even though the guy came out from the place where he was not married in that place where the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom was applicable, rather he married a woman in the place where the cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is not applicable. Now he wanted to go and marry another woman on top of his wife. Asur, forbidden. He's not allowed to do it. Why? since he's from the place where Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom was applicable, therefore we're not going to allow him to get married in Dubai to two women. What is Maharbil saying? If this guy leaves New York, even if he's single, and he comes to Dubai, and he marries a woman in Dubai, and now he wants to take another woman on top of his original wife, we're going to tell him it's Asur. Why is it Asur? Because he left the place where there was originally the Cherem, which is in New York. So basically the Cherem is on him and not on the place. So let's do the highlighted green area one more time. So as of now, technically we have two opinions, even though we did three parts, two opinions because they're identical. The first and the third part is identical. Even if the guy was not married, in the place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is applicable, in that place he was not married, in New York. Rather, he went and he married a woman in the place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is not applicable, in Dubai. Now he wanted to marry a woman on top of his wife. Asur, he's not allowed. Because he's from the place where the Cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom is applicable. Rabotai, let's see the Halacha. Machloket. He says over here, one second. U'knesset hagadol pasaki maharbil. The Knesset hagadol, he made a pasak halacha like the maharbil. Mima shekatav behagot Beit Yosef Siv Bet. He says from what is written in the hagaot on the amendments on the note of the Beit Yosef in Siv Bet. So we see over here the Knesset hagadol is going like the maharbil. Who was the maharbil? Just a second we saw him. The green highlighted part. He says, I don't care. Even if you were not married in New York, and you got married to another girl in Dubai where the Cherem is not applicable, now you married Sarah, now you want to also marry Leah on top of Sarah, we're not going to allow you. Why? Because you are a guy that came from New York. And New York, there was the Cherem, and that Cherem is placed on your head. And that's what the Knesset Gadol says. Knesset Gadol made a Pesach Halacha like the Maharbil, meaning the green, the highlighted green area. Continues the Behet and he says, Belina, the next time maybe what I'll do is try to highlight it next time. But just this time look at it, see how it's done. This so you guys can also use it to your advantage. Okay. If a person went from the place, now Rabotai, now we're asking a different question. Now we're asking the other way around. Before it was, if you left from the place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom was applicable to a place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is not applicable. Now we want to see the cases upside down. What happens if a person moved from Dubai to New York? Just the other way around, okay? If a person is going from a place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom was not applicable, let's say Dubai, to the place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is applicable, New York. He's not able to go ahead and marry another woman on top of his wife in the place where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is applicable. That means, even though this guy lived in a place, like say Dubai, where the Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom is not applicable, so let's just say maybe according to the Harav Shach, he was able to take another wife because there's no Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom. Nevertheless, once he leaves the Dubai area and he comes to New York, let's say Reuven is married to Sarah in Dubai, now he wants to come to New York, we're going to tell him, Reuven, you're married to Sarah, stick with Sarah. Yeah, but I also like Leah, she's also beautiful. Too bad, too sad. Okay, that's what we're going to tell you. That's what he's telling us, the Be'etiv is telling us over here now. Continues the Be'etiv. That's pretty long behetiv. Almost there. We're gonna have to do the whole thing b'li neder. Mi she'ala le'eretz Yisrael v'lo alta ishto imo. Oh, Rabbi said, this is beautiful. This is very beautiful. Here we go. Let me just do this. This is a nice piece. Somebody who went out, one who went up to Eretz Yisrael. Let's say a person wanted to move from America to Eretz Yisrael. But his wife doesn't want to go up because her parents are here, her work is here. She doesn't want to go up with him. But now this guy, he wants to marry another woman there. And he's concerned for the Cherem of Rabbeinu Gershom. He doesn't want, he has a wife in New York and now he wants to marry another wife in Israel. The Beretiv says, do this. Sholech laget. Send her a divorce. She don't want to go with you, send her a divorce. Al yidei shalich, through a messenger. Umishaer hazman, calculate the time. She'efshar lahagia get liyado. The possibility, how long it's going to take that the get is going to get to her. Let's say if it takes a person to travel from Israel to America, say 12 hours and give him another 12 hours, say overall 24 hours, or say 3 days, whatever it might be, until he finds her. Let him give himself that time frame of 3 days. Give that time frame of 3 days, as long as to make sure that the get gets into her hand. And he's able to go ahead and marry another woman. Rabotai, once you send it to the shalich, that's it. Give me 3 days, let's just say 3 days. If it has to be 2 weeks, give me 2 weeks. Whatever it's going to be, then he's able to go ahead and get married to another woman. He says, whose his opinion is? Haram matarani chalik alav siman reshut. That's haram matarani. But we see from over here that if a person went up from New York to Eretz Yisrael and his wife says, I don't want to go with you. If you leave me, I ain't going with you, right? Today, that's why a lot of men are afraid to speak to them. They're afraid to do the right thing because their wives are always threatening them. Okay, this is the way he set it up. I'm not going to get into this now. This is not a Musar class for that. Now, somebody who's going up from New York and he's going up from New York to Eretz Yisrael and his wife does not want to go with him and he wants to marry another woman and he's concerned for the opinion of Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom. What should he do? Let him send a divorce through a messenger. Let him calculate the time that is possible for the get to reach the wife's hand. And let him go ahead and let him marry another woman. This is the opinion of Aram Mitrani Chalakalav Siman Reshud. Continue the Behetiv. Rabotai, we're going to have to see after. We're going to go to Pitchat Shubal in the following class, not now, and then we'll know the whole thing, why he had to send us here. Vekatav, I don't know if you guys are picking up on this, but this is a very big blessing. This is why I wanted you guys to actually see the words that when you learn, if you're learning Torah, with the Talmud Chacham like this through the words, doesn't have to be necessarily me. If you're learning with another Talmud Chacham, through the web, but you have a book in front of you, that's 1,000,000 times better than just listening. Listening alone is never enough. You think you're understanding it, not necessarily. Now we're going to continue over here. V'katav Knesset Gedolah. Oh, one second. V'katav Knesset Gedolah alav. The Knesset Gedolah wrote on him. On who? Who's him? So we're going to see right there, Rabotai. An Hara'em Matrani. He was very surprised. Why? Why'd you do that? Here, V'katav Knesset Gedolah alav. The Knesset Gedolah wrote on him. Who's him? The last opinion that we just mentioned, which was right here. The guy going from New York to Israel. V'tama. And he was very astonished. He was very taken aback. He says, V'tama ani. Says, I'm very surprised. If he's concerned for Cherem Rabbeinu Gershom, Lisa isha acheret, to go, that he's not allowed to go and marry another woman. Lama lo chashash gam ken lechem Rabbeinu Gershom shelo legarsha ba'al korcha. Why wasn't he concerned also for the opinion of, for the Chem Rabbeinu Gershom, not to divorce a woman against her will? Now, Rabotai, I don't know if you guys remember this. If we have to remember, the Chem Rabbeinu Gershom is not only in marrying two wives. I just want to show you something. Just give me 1 second, guys. There you go. I want to show you like this, Rabotai. Whenever we have the Chem Rabbeinu Gershom, there's two Cherems Rabbeinu Gershom made when it comes with marriage. One of them, he did not allow you in marrying two wives. But there's also another Chem Rabbeinu Gershom where he says also forcing a divorce against his wife was also not allowed. That's also Chem Rabbeinu Gershom. He also banned that on a guy to do it. If a guy really wants to divorce a wife, he has to ask her for permission. He can't just say, okay, here, against your will. By Sephardim, we could do it. Ashkenazim, they cannot do it. So let's go back to our case. Look at the difference. Look at the font, so beautiful. Okay. I'm not saying the English, I'm talking about the Hebrew. It's like Hebrew just penetrates your neshama. So let's do this one more time with you guys. Now that we understand that there's two Chem Rabbeinu Gershom. So what happened? Okay, let's do this. What did the Haram, what did the Haram Matra'ani say over here? That if a person went from New York to Eretz Yisrael and his wife didn't want to go up with him, and he's very concerned for the Chem Rabbeinu Gershom where he's not allowed to marry two wives, send the wife to get, etc., and then marry another woman. Fine. Comes the Knesset Gedol and says, 1 second, I don't understand. V'katav Knesset Gedol alav. The Knesset Gedol wrote on him. V'timeya ani. He says, I'm very shocked. I'm very taken aback. If he's concerned for the ban of not marrying another woman, why isn't he also concerned for the Chem Rabbeinu Gershom where he's not allowed to divorce? He's not allowed to divorce her against her will. Why is he not concerned? I'm concerned of Chem Rabbeinu Gershom of the ban of not marrying two women. So let me send her the divorce against her will. Wait a minute, but sending the divorce against her will is also a ban from Rabbeinu Gershom. What are you doing? So that's why the Knesset Gedol is like, I don't understand. Haram Metrani, why would you say that? Nevertheless, he says like this, Rabotai. He says, we got to the Behetuv. He says, V'yesh lidchok, I'm able to force an answer and show you, this is the Behetuv saying, I'm able to force an answer and show you why Haram Matrani was not concerned with the divorce. Why he was able to force it against her even though there's a ban on it. And he says why. V'yesh lidchok the begerushin. And I can force an answer when it comes to begerushin. Why? The b'sha'at gerushin over al cherem v'sulom. At the time when he's divorcing his wife against her will, right, he transgresses the cherem at that moment, and that's it. He only did one avera. Aval, however, Lisa isha acheret, but to go ahead and marry another woman, called od da'agide bey, as long as the other wife is still attached to him from New York, over al cherem, he's every single second he's transgressing the ban of having two wives. Ubamud v'hutzakai. That's Rabotai. So basically, he just concluded. Let me read the whole thing. Aval Lisa isha acheret, called od da'agide bey, over al cherem ubamud v'hutzakai. Is constantly placed on him. It's constantly going back on him. The Chemra ben Gershom, when he's with another wife in Israel, let's say with Leah, and his wife Sarah's in New York, every second he's he's always transgressing the ban of Rabbeinu Gershom. That's why Berehitiv says, technically the Knesset Gedolah's question is not really a question. I mean, it's a good question, but he says, I'd rather him go ahead and transgress the Chemra ben Gershom one time when it comes to the divorce, than to Chas v'Shalom be with another woman in Israel, while having another wife in America, and there he's transgressing the Chemra ben Gershom every single moment. Okay, that's what he says. That's what he wants to say, and why the what's his name? Why the Hara'am et Ra'ani? Why he gave that advice? One more time, giving the divorce against her will, fine. I did an avera. I went against the ban of the Chemra ben Gershom not to divorce my wife against her will, but it's only one time. That's it. I'm done. But staying married in Israel to another woman while the other woman is still attached to you, every second you transgress the Chemra ben Gershom. So what's better, to do the very one time or to do it constantly over and over? That's what the Berehitiv wants to say. That's the way you can answer the Knesset Gedolah's question. Rabotai, we have to say thank you in Hashem, and I love you Hashem. We finished the Berehitiv, by the way. Now let's just go do a review in English. Okay. Evan Hazaer, part 14b, Siman 1, Halacha 10, Berehitiv number 23. Laws about Rabbeinu Gershom's ban not marrying two wives. We saw the ban is on the person, not on the place, right? We're going about time right now. This is a review for the Berehitiv. The ban is not on the person, the ban is on the person, not the place. Meaning, even if he moves to a place where the ban is not kept, he still must follow it because it's tied to him personally. Different opinions. The Rashash in the responsa in 237, a man must keep the ban only if he was already married to a woman from the city he came from. If he was not married when he left, he can marry two wives in the new place where the ban is not kept. Maharavil, even if he wasn't married when he left, but he came from a city that kept the ban, if he later marries one woman in the new place and then wants to take another wife, he is forbidden because his origin binds him to the ban. Number 3, Knesset Gedolah, rules like the Maharavil. If you come from a place with the ban, you must keep it, even in a new place where they don't keep it. Other cases, if a man goes from a place without the ban to a place with the ban, he cannot marry a second wife while living in that new place. Cases of moving to Eretz Yisrael. If a man makes an Aliyah, moves to Israel without his wife, and wants to marry another wife there, but worries about the ban, he can send his wife a get, which is the divorce document, by messenger. He wastes the amount of time it would take for the get to arrive, then he can marry another wife. Knesset Gedolah's question, if he's worried about the ban, why is he allowed to divorce his wife against her will, which is also under the ban? Answer, which is the fourth explanation. Divorce, he only breaks the ban once, at the moment of divorce. Marrying another wife while still bound to his first wife, he would be constantly breaking the ban, as long as both are tied to him. Therefore, the leniency is only in the case of sending a get first. Okay, Rabbot, I just wrote, remember, one good deed can change your whole day. Learn Torah, Rabbotai. Anyway, have a great day. Baruch Adonai Olam.